Yeah, who knows what we might see out of David Smith. I mean, he's one of those dark horses that can step up and beat you at any time.
Last time we saw Alan Pizzo, he was driving the Prowler in Atlanta. Now he's back in his Predator, but it's a brand new Predator. And Adam Anderson's here, driving Daddy's Gravedigger.
If I could get a double down, it'd be awesome. But you know, everybody's there's a lot of tough people out there. Tom, Jimmy Lindsay again, Alan, new Predator truck. That thing's pretty sweet. You know, David Smith, and it's a pretty tough crowd out there. But I'm gonna give it all I got.
You're going to be on board with Adam.
You see right away with that shifter, he went from first to second gear almost immediately.
Adam looks very fast. Predator's in trouble. Now this is going to hurt if he doesn't get out of the way. Where's Adam going to go? And Adam has to check up. This is going to cost Adam. We saw this happen a couple of weeks ago here on Speed in Orlando, and it's really a disadvantage. Now, the Monster Jam officials have been taking a look at this rule, so we will see if they give Adam another chance to qualify, because it's such a competitive disadvantage that's not your fault when the truck in front of you ends up spinning out.
And it happens pretty rarely, I must say that. But the drivers that have the trouble need to have presence of mind to just pull out of the way, because their qualifying effort at this point, it's all but done. Just pull forward right here, get out of the way of the other truck that's out there trying to record the best possible time he can, or she can.
But in Alan's defense, he's still trying to record a time, too. He wants to get back on the track, and all that Adam Anderson could do here is check up. Totally ruins his run. So we'll see if they let him come back and do another one. There had been discussion in the Monster Jam offices that the only fair thing to do, and indeed, Adam is coming back to the line. You got to like this move because qualifying is so important. This is fair.
Yeah, if you qualify number one, you should be able to race the slowest guy. It also sends a psychological message.
Tom Meents would love to be number one. He says everything's about making this truck bigger, better, and badder.
Trying to make stuff better, you know, getting better spare parts, getting better parts that are on the truck, trying to make it more Ironsides. If the truck's all there, I'm always there. If the two of us come together, we'll win.
So in qualifying, a treat for the fans. Maxby and Gravedigger on the track together. They both want to be fastest, Ken, but these two guys do not want to lose to each other. Oh, there is a 5-second penalty on Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. All he can do now is keep working and get what he can, but that 5 seconds is going to cost him. He does beat Tom across the line, but his time will have 5 seconds added on to it, and look at that. Maximum Destruction knocks Bounty Hunter off the number one spot. 20.12. Tom Meents is the fastest qualifier.
Yeah, about 4/10 quicker. That's a pretty big difference on a track that only takes 20 seconds to go around.
On board with Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Love this shot. You can see what he's doing as he goes over that pole. If Adam knew he hit it, all you can do is just keep in the throttle now.
Much like Orlando, very sandy, loose track here, but these guys will be able to flat track through there. And when you flat track through there, you have to throw caution to the wind. You really have to pitch the truck in hard, and you have to hope you hit it right. Unfortunately, he just missed it.
Brenda Price is with our fast qualifier.
Right, Tom, you're the fastest qualifier tonight, 2012. Obviously, those better parts are working for you. You're fast.
The truck's working really good out there. You know, we've been working on it hard, but it's got a heck of a rebound to it. If it wouldn't rebound so much, every time it lands, it rebounds. But other than that, it's working great.
How are you going to work on that for the next round?
We're going to try to put on some different shocks. I don't know if we got enough time, but we'll be ready regardless. It's going around the corner real good.
So the field is set. The qualifying times are locked in. Now it's time to go racing. Round one coming up next. Welcome back to Reliance Stadium, Houston, Texas. I'm Scott Douglas. Ken Stout alongside here in the booth. Brenda Price covering all the action down trackside. We have qualified the field. Tom Meents, Maximum Destruction, the number one qualifier. He goes to the top of the bracket. The slowest qualifier, Alan Pizzo and Predator, has to go up against him. No surprise, Alan a little bit slow because he's trying to dial in a brand new piece. We asked him to tell us all about it earlier.
This is a brand new truck for this year. It's the first new truck I've had for myself in 12 years. Built this truck from the ground up. Every last piece of it I put together myself. I've changed up quite a bit of things in this compared to my other truck. I've lowered the motor down 18 inches, moved it forward another 12 inches to try and equalize out flying right. The chassis is real low slung, so that way the center of gravity for actually doing donuts helps out. Plus, in the roundy round style races, when you come to the corners, you want to get that center of gravity down as low as you can. So we've set this truck up for racing more than anything else to get that center of gravity down low. The body is different. It's actually using a 07 Dodge body because the windshield is laid back so far. I wanted to give it the look like it's really going fast, and even if it's in the pit party. With the windshield laid back, it really looks like he's really going fast, you know, sitting still. So we want to do that. And it was time to do something different with the paint. The paint had been the same for so many years. It was time to do something different, and I wanted to change up the chassis colors to kind of signify that it's something different than what our normal trucks are, and just, you know, to start out the new year with something totally fresh.
Well, there's the insights into that new piece. Now, you know he's always been inside talking about Big Hemi power, and that's not going to change with Al.
No, and that in combination with that lower center of gravity should make that truck much faster, but he's got a tough test right here.
Yeah, here's a heck of a way to debut it in racing. Remember, mano a mano on the track this year. Mentz has only lost one time. That's when Pablo Huffaker beat him heads up in Detroit. Other than that, nobody has been able to beat Mentz across the finish line, and it doesn't look like Pizzo's going to do it here. Tom is flying tonight. Max D, a first-round winner.
Pizzo with a good run, no doubt, on that new truck, but he just drew a tough guy here. The #1 qualifier is going to be hard to beat here tonight.
Not as fast as his qualifying run, but plenty fast enough to record the opening round victory. Ken, Tom is just handling these turns.
And you can see him just hit that throttle. The left front tire comes up in the air. That chassis flexes. It transfers all the weight to the back of that thing, and it just digs really hard.
Tom is standing by with Brenda Price.
All right, Tom, you were talking about your shocks before. What are you doing to the suspension?
We're just giving a little more gas right now, trying to make it a little easier out there. It's landing hard and rebounding high.
Round 1 will continue as Don Cretin for 2 Extreme Racing brings out the Scarlet Bandit. Again, in a Chicago-style course, one truck starts up in one corner, then all the way over to the other corner. For the guy we affectionately know is CVH. Carl Van Horn trying to get T-Max dialed in to the level he was when he won racing here 1 year ago. No surprise he gets off the line great, but Ken, his problem has been in the turns all year.
Yeah, and supposedly they have it fixed, or he feels like he has it fixed, but he might have to learn how to drive that truck all over again now that it's much different.
Final turn for Don Cretin and Scarlet Bandit. Van Horn's looking pretty good in the turns here. Finish. Give the victory to T-Max and Carl Van Horn.
Yeah, it looks like he's picking it up pretty quickly, and he did look good. 20.31, a tenth quicker than we just saw Tom Mentz go. And look at this, right to the turn. Just a little bit sideways, and that's perfect. That means a lot of forward motion, and that's what you want to do. You want to go forward as quickly as possible.
The victory to Carl Van Horn. Brenda Price is headed over to catch up with him.
All right, Carl, obviously you got everything dialed in finally, and you just beat Scarlett. Now you're going up against Max D.
Yeah, really, I didn't think we were going to win that round. We're having transmission issues yet again, so I'm not real happy at this point, but hopefully if I can find third gear in that thing, maybe we'll have something for Tom.
Well, you improved your time, and your time was also faster than Max D. Now you're going up against him.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. So maybe second gear's enough. You know, I don't know if the training will hold up. When it's in between gears like that, it's not good for it at these high RPMs. So if it'll hold together, we're going to give it all it's got.
So you think it might be a problem in this next round?
Yeah, but I thought that last round, you know. I won here last year with transmission problems, so, you know, maybe it's history repeating itself.
Being quicker, Carl will actually have lane choice against Tom in the next round. Now, on a Chicago course, lane choice, not that big a deal, but for a confidence point of view, I think CVH has got to have that chest puffed out a little bit.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll get Tom maybe a little out of his game. Maybe it'll make him push enough to possibly make a mistake. Happens very rarely, but it might.
David Bradshaw, the Air Force afterburner, up against Jack Coburn and toughen up. Ooh, that was not a nice bounce.
Yeah, see, now that's a rebound. That's what Tom's talking about his truck is doing. That's a big rebound. You want that truck to land, keep all 4 tires on the ground so you can get back in the throttle.
Gives tough enough a shot because Jack is keeping all 4 tires on the ground, but off the final turn, just too much power in the Air Force afterburner. Damon Bradshaw will advance into round number 2.
21.85, he actually loses a little bit of time, quite possibly that bounce, that rebound we were talking about, because the truck just wasn't settled.
Here you get a look at Coburn, and I didn't pick this up during the call of the race. He had a 5-second penalty anyway.
Yeah, what a tough break for him. Here's another look at Damon. Pretty nice job right there.
Yeah, he had recovered from the bounce. Where he lost his time was that rebound you talked about earlier than this. Now, that hit was nowhere near as bad. So the victory goes to David Bradshaw, who is standing by with Brenda Price.
All right, Damon, round 1 win over Tough Enough. You said you were getting more comfortable in the truck. You said you were mechanically ready. It's obvious.
Yes, it is. The guy's been working hard, and, we made a few changes on the suspension, which made the truck work a little better, and first round was awesome. I got off the gate good, or off the lights, I should say. But, no, it was a good run all in all. The Air Force afterburners on the gas tonight.
Yeah, they've got it rolling well. Well, is Adam Anderson ready to tame this thing? Gravediggers coming out when we come back. The fans ready. You can see the pennants and flags waving. All those great Monster Jam t-shirts. You can get your official Monster Jam merchandise anytime you're at an event or when you go online. But let's take a look at this bracket halfway through round number 1. So 3 of the spots in the second round have been claimed by Tom Meents, Carl Van Horn, and Damon Bradshaw. 3 more slots available for round 2, and Lindsey Wink would like to claim one of them. He brings out the Iron Outlaw Ford Expedition, the driver from Devil's Coulee, Alberta, Canada, and looky who's in the other lane. Adam Anderson and Daddy's Gravedigger number 20. Again, Adam subbing for his father, maybe for just 1 more week. Dennis says he's feeling better and better. Can't wait to get back in that truck, but Adam's still doing the job right now. Boy, this is a great race. You talk about 2 guys who are going to be superstars for decades in this sport. Lindsey Wink, Adam Anderson. I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys match up for a world championship somewhere down the road. Here it's round 1 in Houston, and Lindsey got it. Lindsey Wink and the Iron Outlaw is going to put Gravedigger on the trailer. Look at the time.
1969, man. That is getting around there. And look at that truck. Perfect attitude. Again, that left front tire bobbling just a little bit. Wow, he almost missed the stack completely there.
That's a close call. If he doesn't get both wheels up that ramp, that's a 5-second penalty. The officials have looked at it. They say he did. And how about Adam Anderson? His run had to be under 20 seconds, but he loses.
And there's just so many lateral G's there that Lindsey was carrying on the exit of that turn. I mean, that truck was flying.
Iron Outlaw has served notice to Tom, to Jimmy, to everybody else. He's a player tonight. Well, now, David Smith gets a bye run because Pouncer could not make the call. They put Dale Mitchell's truck on the 1-minute clock. He was unable to get it to the starting line. So this is kind of like a practice run for David Smith and King Crunch to dial in. He knows he'll be in round number 2 unless he got disqualified, and that's not going to happen. It doesn't look like nice and smooth right here. Yeah, the Fiesta King Crunch looking pretty good. I'm not sure. And, of course, it's unfair to kind of test him at this point. He didn't have anybody to race against, but I'm not sure he's in that level speed-wise with Lindsey Wink, with Jimmy Cretin, and with Tom Meents.
Well, it shows it right there. I mean, Lindsey Wink was a full second quicker on this lap. And you can see the side of the truck. I mean, the truck's just not going through the turn quite as fast.
The track's getting good, actually. I mean, it's just trying to build the confidence back in, and I'm not used to running a canopy on the truck, so it's a little heavier up top. And it took me a second to get figured out exactly how I wanted to run it. But, yeah, luckily, I mean, unfortunate for him. I think he broke a power steering line or something like that, but is what it looked like when he was going to the line. And lucky for me.
Any strategy for round 2?
Go fast, turn left.
That's a philosopher. That's a philosopher.
That's a good one, man.
Last time we saw Lee O'Donnell was on the stage in Orlando accepting the trophy as the racing winner there. Well, if he's going to do it here, he's going to have to go through some heavyweights, and it begins with Jim Cretin and the Bad Fast Bounty Hunter. Little bounce, but not bad. He didn't lose anything. Cretin is cranking. But look at Lee O'Donnell. This guy can race. The final turn's going to determine it. Ken O'Donnell's in the game. Taz makes the turn. Here comes Cretin. He'll go to all that horsepower, and it'll be enough problems on the final turn for Lee O'Donnell. I think he just had to push so hard, knowing he had to be flawless to beat Jimmy Cretin.
1975, another spectacular run here out of the Bounty Hunter. Yeah, Lee O'Donnell was in the hunt. I'm telling you, right up to the last turn, I thought he might actually pull it off.
But the final turn, he missed it, and again, maybe just the pressure of having a shot at Jimmy Cretin and the Bounty Hunter, being competitive, but knowing he had to come up with a little something extra, unable to find it. Bounty Hunter advances to round 2. Round 2 has got 6 bad hombres, and we're going to see them face off next.